Raiders fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. It's the kind of rumor that makes the NFL world stop and hold its collective breath. The kind of news that trickles in through whispers on the sideline, cryptic tweets from beat reporters, and blurry images of agents huddling in restaurant corners. The latest chatter that's igniting debates across the league revolves around a blockbuster trade proposal so audacious, so unthinkable, that even hardened analysts are doing double takes. Javonte Williams, yes, that Javonte, and not one. Not two, but 3 first-round draft picks may be on the table. And not for a star quarterback, not for a top 5 pick, but for something even more eyebrow-raising. A spot on the Las Vegas Raiders roster. That's right. Rumors are swirling that an unnamed AFC front office is considering the trade of the century. An all-in push that could redefine how front offices think about value, talent, and future capital. While the details remain hazy, insiders say the motive behind such a move could be both strategic and political. Javonte's production, grit, and leadership could anchor a new culture, and the Raiders, ever the chaotic enigma, might be open to reimagining their future if the price is right. For context, Javonte Williams has become something of a folk hero in Denver. His relentless running style, his refusal to go down on first contact, and his team-first mentality have endeared him to fans and coaches alike. After recovering from a major knee injury that could have derailed his career, he bounced back with the kind of season that turns heads around the league. Coaches admire his toughness, his leadership in the locker room, and his refusal to settle for mediocrity. But football is a business, and in this business, loyalty often takes a back seat to leverage. The possibility of moving Williams, especially. Packaged with 3 coveted first-rounders suggests something seismic is brewing behind the scenes. Speculation suggests the Raiders are being courted not just for a player swap, but for a conceptual shift, a cultural trade, so to speak. What if this isn't about assets on paper, but about identity? What if Javonte is the centerpiece in an audacious plan to reshape the DNA of an entire organization? The notion sounds wild, but in the NFL, truth is often stranger than fiction. Of course, the question on everyone's mind is simple. Why would the Raiders do this? On paper, it seems ludicrous, giving up a spot on their roster, potentially a future superstar or cap-clearing piece, in exchange for a running back and future picks. But dig a little deeper and things begin to make more sense. Sources close to the Raiders suggest that internal dynamics are shifting. The new regime may be more interested in flipping the script than staying locked into old patterns. The front office is reportedly enamored with Williams' attitude, believing he could serve as a foundational player in a locker room that desperately needs leadership and consistency. Furthermore, those first-round picks could be the key to building long-term sustainability. It's a gamble, yes, but one that offers both short-term inspiration and long-term flexibility. It might not be about one player, but what that player represents. Javonte brings fire. He brings accountability. And in a city like Vegas, where flash often overshadows fundamentals, that could be a transformative combination. From Denver's perspective, the trade would be painful, but not irrational. The Broncos have been rebuilding quietly, seeking to reinvent themselves in the post-Elway, post-Manning era. While Javonte is beloved, running backs have a shelf life in today's NFL, and acquiring a prime roster opportunity with the Raiders could open doors that draft picks alone can't. There's talk that Denver's front office sees this move as a way to gain strategic leverage within the division. Think about it. Placing one of your own inside the walls of a rival, gaining access to cultural shifts, maybe even influencing dynamics subtly from within. If this sounds like a chess move, that's because it might be exactly that. Denver isn't just trying to rebuild talent. They're looking to rewrite rivalries, to exert power in unconventional ways. Trading a fan favorite like Williams plus 3 picks sounds counterintuitive, until you realize the Broncos may be playing the long game. If they believe the Raiders' internal structure can be altered or even destabilized through this kind of acquisition, then the price might just be worth it. Let's not forget the role of agents and back-channel negotiations in all this. In a league as tightly wound as the NFL, big deals rarely happen through official channels alone. Insiders report that Javonte Williams' camp has been unusually quiet over the past few weeks. No leaks, no public statements, no social media noise. That kind of silence often precedes something major. One source claims Williams' agent was spotted in Vegas, meeting with representatives loosely affiliated with the Raiders. Was it a coincidence? Maybe. But in this league, very little is left to chance. More intriguingly, there are whispers that an unnamed executive has been pushing for this exact trade for over a month. Someone who sees Javonte not just as a player, but as a symbol of what the Raiders could become. This isn't about plugging a hole. It's about installing a mindset. And when mindsets shift, empires rise or fall. That's the level of magnitude we're dealing with here. This isn't your average offseason move. This could be a pivot point in AFC history. What makes this rumor even juicier is how fans are reacting. Raiders Nation is notoriously passionate, and even the mere suggestion of acquiring a rival star player is causing major waves online. Some are thrilled at the idea of bringing in a proven weapon, someone who could stabilize the offense and bring toughness to a sometimes fragile locker room. Others are more skeptical, arguing that giving up a roster slot, let alone 3 first-rounders, is tantamount to robbing Peter to pay Paul. Social media has exploded with mock drafts, hypothetical trade packages, and fan-made graphics of Williams in silver and black. But even among skeptics, there's a common theme emerging: curiosity. No one's outright dismissing the rumor. In fact, the longer it lingers, the more it feels like it has legs. This isn't just some Twitter theory or fantasy league nonsense. It's being talked about by people who know things. And when enough people with real connections start speculating, the rest of us would do well to pay attention. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders, and don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. There's also a wild card element in all this: ownership. The Raiders' ownership group has been unpredictable at times, and some believe they're hungry for a marquee move to solidify their brand in a competitive market. Las Vegas is a spectacle town, and what better way to dominate headlines than by pulling off a trade that turns the league upside down? Javonte Williams is more than a workhorse back. He's a personality, a grinder, a man with a chip on his shoulder. In other words, perfect for the Vegas stage. Throw in the drama of trading with a division rival, and you've got all the makings of an NFL soap opera. Ownership could be looking at this as more than a football move. It's a business play. Merchandise, ticket sales, national buzz, all would spike if Williams joined the Raiders. And don't underestimate the power of optics. Making a bold move sends a message to players, fans, and the media. We're not afraid to shake the table. That's the kind of energy Vegas feeds on. On the other side, Denver's leadership could be leveraging this moment to reset expectations. Trading away a beloved player is never easy, but sometimes it's necessary to signal a shift in direction. Sources inside the Broncos organization suggest there's a growing urgency to get younger, faster, and more financially flexible. While Williams is still on a rookie deal, the looming cost of re-signing him may be a factor. Combine that with the opportunity to secure a valuable Raiders roster asset and clear cap space, and the math begins to check out. This move could also open up opportunities for other young backs waiting in the wings. The Broncos have quietly developed a deep RB room, and this trade might clear the path for a new feature back. At the same time, 3 first-round picks are nothing to scoff at. That's potentially 3 starters on rookie contracts, or trade bait for a QB move in a future draft. Denver could be playing 4D chess while the rest of the league plays checkers. Whether fans like it or not, the front office may believe this is the bold stroke required to finally return to relevance. Adding fuel to the fire are former players and analysts who've started dropping cryptic hints. One ex-Raider took to a podcast to say something big is brewing, while a former Broncos scout tweeted, "Watch the West." These aren't random nobodies. They're people who've been in the room where it happens. And while none are naming names, the tone is clear. Something major is under discussion. Some analysts are connecting dots between coaching philosophies, personnel needs, and cap management. Others are going a step further, suggesting that the deal is already half done and that both teams are waiting for the right moment to announce. Could it be during preseason, after a marquee matchup? During a lull in Liga news to dominate the cycle? Timing is everything in the NFL. And if this trade is real, you can bet both sides are planning the reveal with surgical precision. Until then, fans and media are left to play detective. The clues are stacking up fast, regardless of what ultimately happens. The mere possibility of this trade has already impacted the landscape. Other teams are watching. Agents are recalculating their demands. Players are texting each other. In a league where perception often becomes reality, the buzz around this deal has already created momentum. That's the power of rumors. They force everyone to show their cards, even when they're bluffing. Whether Javonte Williams ends up in silver and black, whether Denver cashes in on 3 firsts, whether the Raiders are truly ready to reinvent themselves, all remains to be seen. But make no mistake, this is more than smoke. It's the kind of league-altering spark that sets off chain reactions. The kind of moment that fans remember for decades. Maybe it all fizzles out. Maybe it turns into the wildest trade in modern NFL history. But until the ink dries, all we can do is lean in, listen closely, and wonder, what if it's true? If it does go down, this could redefine what it means to trade in the NFL. Not just swapping players for picks, but swapping philosophies, culture, control. One team trading the right now for the what could be. Another trading potential chaos for immediate credibility. And smack in the middle of it all, Javonte Williams, the bruising, beloved breakout back who might be walking through the bright lights of Las Vegas into the most unexpected chapter of his career. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.